For ACUSports.com, here with head coach Julie Goodenough and senior Dominique Golightly as the Wildcats beat Lamar 78-72 today in a great game in Moody Coliseum. Dom, we'll start with you. 27 points, a career high, 8 rebounds for you. I mean, what a day. How were you feeling out there on the floor?
Feeling pretty great. You know, we had a great week of practice. I mean, we went at it and went at each other this week in practice, so I just felt really prepared.
Lamar is a tough team to beat. You've seen them a million times over the years, that great champion or the semifinal game last year in the tournament. Now this one, this team is hard to put away. How were you guys able to overcome everything that they did to beat this team today?
Like I said, it started in practice. We had a week to prepare for them, and so we just really focused on making sure that we implemented their handsy defense, their quickness, and just working hard to find the right reads for when we were able to play against them, and just making sure that we knew what looks we could get.
3-0 to start conference play. How important is that for you guys to get off to a good start with these 2 extra conference games?
It's so important, and honestly, it's the greatest feeling ever.
Well, they're 3-0. Dom, congratulations on the win. We'll turn over to head coach Julie Goodenough. And all right, coach, I mean, you had the lead early on in the game, a sizable lead. Lamar comes right back, and they take the lead going to the fourth quarter. But you've got this veteran team. How proud of you are the way that they were able to close out this game?
Well, you know, the third quarter, just defensively, we had so many breakdowns. We'd lost our intensity and gave them a big offensive quarter. But I was really proud of the way our players handled the fourth quarter. You know, we made some defensive adjustments. We go out and force 2 quick turnovers, and then, you know, the ball game's back in our hands. And I think it does say a lot about just the maturity that our team has. You know, I never got the feeling during timeouts or during the quarter breaks that they were ready to throw in the towel or anything like that. They just stayed gritty throughout the course of the game. Really give Lamar a lot of credit. You know, they play a style of play that's difficult for us. They've got all the quick guards out there, and we don't. And they took it to us a lot in the third quarter. But again, really credit our players for making big shots. I think, you know, everybody that played today made at least one, if not multiple big plays. You know, they were willing to be in the big moment and make a play for their team. So it was a fun game. I think it was really entertaining. The third quarter, you know, we wish we could go back and take a couple of those possessions away. But once again, we learned how to win a game in a different way, and just really proud of our team today.
Dominique Golightly, 27 points, 8 rebounds, led your team in both of those categories. What can you say about your senior and the way she was able to get it done here today?
Well, you know, Dom mentioned that we had a good week of practice. We really did, especially Dom. I mean, Dom was like mowing down her teammates on drives all week long. And, you know, every time I would see her make a big play in practice, I would think, hey, she's going to be big for us on Saturday. And sure enough, she was big time. And we kept trying to get the ball in her hands in the paint against her smaller guards, and that was a really good look for us. This was definitely a guard game for both teams, but in different ways. You know, they had the really quick drivers. We had guards that could post up and finish tough shots in the paint. So what a great Southland Conference game. And I'm sure that, you know, Lamar felt like you know, that we really messed their season up in the semifinal last year, and they've got a lot of returners that they probably talked about that a lot getting ready for this game. And I thought they played really, really well, and I'm proud of the way our players handled themselves through a lot of adversity, and we're just bound and determined we're going to win another game today.
Offensively, you hit 7 threes in the first half, just 2 in the second half, but you found other ways to score the ball. So their ability to make those adjustments, how impressed were you with the way they did that today?
Yeah, the defensive adjustment for Lamar was to stay out on our shooters, which opens up the paint. And, you know, our players did a great job of reading that, and instead of forcing passes to shooters, they just continued on with their layups and scored in the paint. So, our players did a really good job reading the defensive adjustments in the second half.
Well, we asked Dom how important it was, but how important is a 3-0 start to start conference play?
Oh, yeah, for us to accomplish our goals this year, we needed this win, and we need to win at home. Every home game, we got to put it together and take advantage of our home court experience. And the fan support was great today. Our bus driver had everybody standing up for us the last minute or so of the game, and so this was a good game for us. And obviously to be 3-0 at this point is that's a big deal for us.
They're 3-0 and 11-1 to start the 2019-2020 season as the Wildcats win their first game of 2020, 78-72 over Lamar. For Dom Golightly, for head coach Julie Goodenough, I'm Zach Carlisle for ACUSports.com.